Hello, everyone. This is Veru from Palisade Capital Management. Several of you have reached out to us and asked us if our view on the stock market or the economy has changed at all. And I'll come to the punchline right now. Uh, Nothing has changed. We've had obviously weakness in stocks more recently, and we're entering a period of time when we normally would see more volatility in the stock market. But as far as our outlook on the economy or individual stocks, it has not. Our positive stance has not changed at all. But obviously, there's a lot of things to focus on more recently. The first thing, and many of you may have heard the media reports about the yen carry trade, which was simply a way for large professional investment pools like hedge funds to take leverage bets by borrowing money in Japan very inexpensively and deploying that capital into the US equity markets. It found itself into the most liquid stocks, which happen to be the mega cap technology stocks. So that's probably at least partially responsible for the excess valuation that has occurred over the last several months. And this has been going on for several months. Given more recent changing financial conditions in Japan, that yen carry trade is in the process of being unwound. So that's where a lot of this selling is going on in the markets. In our view, we think of it as more technical selling than really tied to anything fundamental. Last Thursday, we had the unemployment numbers come out, and they were a little bit weaker than expected. Again, confirming that the Fed has the ability now to lower interest rates because a big problem that had existed for quite some time was excess demand for labor. Now that supply demand imbalance is much more in line right now, which gives the Federal Reserve the room to begin the process of lowering interest rates. And then over the weekend, and I'd say these are kind of incremental negatives that occurred during Berkshire Hathaway's earnings release. They announced that they sold half their stake in Apple. Apple's obviously a huge component of the S&P. And then on Monday, rumors that NVIDIA was going to have some difficulty with their latest product offering. Again, a rumor, but again, a huge component of the S&P. So, yesterday we had 1,000 point drop in the Dow. Today we had a partial recovery, but I would not say that I wouldn't say that the selling is likely completely behind us. Um, we're in earnings season, and small and mid cap stocks tend to report later. So far, earnings have been quite good. So, and you're starting off with valuations for small and mid cap stocks that are a lot lower than the mega cap technology stocks. And even when looking at the broader S&P 500, there's a lot of companies that have just not done very well this year. They've been sort of overlooked by investors, and we think that that's going to change in the coming weeks and months. We're going to have to get through this period of volatility. We're focused on doing the best job we can, making sure that company fundamentals are in alignment with our view on those individual stocks. We're well past the earnings season for the large cap stocks, but again, as I said earlier, small and mid cap stocks tend to report later. What I've seen so far has been extremely encouraging and not indicative of any big shift in the outlook for the U.S. economy. There's a lot to talk about on politics. We'll leave that for another time because I want to get more specific. I mean, just every day we're getting incremental new information of how this election is gonna shake out, and it truly is historic and unprecedented. But again, it's not the politics that we're focused on; it's the policies of the candidates, because that's how our investment themes are really formed. We have two pieces that I encourage you to read that are on the Palisade website. Back in June, we published a piece on the small and mid cap sector at an inflection point, and followed up on some of the recent events vis-a-vis some of the politics to see whether that was going to have any impact. Again, staying focused on policy, not politics. But we'll come to that at another time. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us at any time. The volatility and weakness, even though we had a little bit of a bounce back today, I wouldn't rule out that we could have further weakness. We're in that seasonal period when stocks do go lower, as I've said earlier. But we don't think anything's changed fundamentally. It's important to stay focused, and please reach out to us with any of your questions or concerns. Thank you very much.
The information contained in this webcast reflects the views of Palisade Capital Management as of the date of its original broadcast, and such views are subject to change without notice at any time. All information provided in this webcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to purchase or sell any specific security. While the information presented herein, including information obtained from third parties, is believed to be reliable, no warranty is made concerning the accuracy of such information. There can be no guarantee that any forecast discussed in this webcast will be realized. Consult your financial advisor before making any financial planning or investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results.